Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listeners submitted stories brought to you by listeners just like you.
Thank you. Campers, have you found a talisman today?
Zach was like chanting, talisman, talisman. We have to get the talisman.
I don't think you guys are awake. I'm going to be honest with you guys because I walk around the campgrounds early in the morning with a cup of Java and I'm checking the grounds and I'm not seeing enough of you up looking for hidden immunity idols, for talismans.
I am wearing my Halloween Town shirt, which is so crazy to say. It was gifted to me by Marnie herself.
Yeah, it was by Kimberly J. Brown. Say her name.org.
Yes, we love that spooky girl.
You know what was spooky? What happened yesterday?
Campers.
This was you have to tell. I told y'all, I was like, we have to tell the campers on a Trail Mix. It's so funny. Wait, can I start it?
Please.
So
how were you like privy to it?
Because I'm just going to start it and then it's your story. But I wanted to tell you my perspective because I think it'll set the scene better.
Okay.
So I left to go to, what was I doing?
A walk maybe?
Or was this the gym? Was this 2 days ago? 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I was going to my personal trainer.
Okay.
So I was going there and it was like, so it was at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I look down our street and I see this like blue, like Toyota Corolla parked and these people kind of congregating in the street. And it was like 4 people or 3 people. And I didn't think much of it, right? I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was driving down the highway, I had my phone in my clip thing where the vents are. And I saw a notification pop up for the cameras. And it was both cameras went off. I said, oh, is this an Amazon package? So I just like click it. And I see these, I'm not going to say anymore. And I remember, so basically everything Jonathan's about to tell you, I was watching through the cameras
in 2 different...
pissing out my ass. I was laughing so hard.
So I'm sitting at my desk, which is, there's a window right in front of me and it's like a big bay window. And I can see our whole front yard and driveway and all of that. And I see a car pull up and I'm thinking... And when they pull into the driveway, they pull into the driveway, right? Like,
oh no, they pull.
Like the nose of the car is basically like touching the window that I'm sitting at, and we have a bush there. I'm like, that's crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, because sometimes they have Amazon drivers
that come in different vehicles.
Yeah,
like
who are just like
vehicles.
freelancing or whatever. And I'm not anticipating anything from Amazon, but you never know.
You never know.
And I'm looking in the car. I'm like, oh, that's really odd because the car is packed. There's 4 people.
Oh, so that's the 4 I saw were all in the same car? Are they taking turns? Keep going.
A woman gets out of the back seat as well as one of the women who are sitting in the passenger seat. And the second they get out, I quickly realize, oh, there's no way in hell this is Amazon.
No, because they're seniors.
They possibly could have been from beyond the grave. I'm not trying to be ageist here, but they're like very brittle. They're approaching the door and I'm thinking maybe they think they're at the wrong house. I have no idea. And then they ring the doorbell and our front door is open and they saw me in the window. So I can't even get myself out of this. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. They ring the doorbell again because I wasn't moving fast enough for you. Mind you, they were moving so slow up the stairs. I was like, oh my God, it's going to take them 10 minutes to get here. So I go and I open the door and she just starts talking. I don't even know the first thing she said to me. She's like, you're working from home? I'm like, yeah. With my big, scary boyfriend who has a gun. Like, what do you want, Grandma? I didn't say that. I was being sweet as pie. I really was. Could you hear everything that was going on?
Yes.
Oh God, that's so embarrassing.
So I know what she said.
And then she goes, oh, we're going around the neighborhood and we're trying to spread some peace.
And then she goes, there's this incredible website that you should check out. It's an amazing website. It's called jw.org and it's got all this amazing, important information that you should read. And so essentially these were Jehovah's Witnesses.
They were Jehovah's Witnesses, but I have a theory. I think they were casing the joint. I think they were taking a peek. They were saying, oh, okay, so you work from home, and they checked their clock.
The two in the car probably got out when you weren't paying attention and checked windows.
I didn't check the back door.
You know,
they could have snuck out.
You know what's funny about this though? It's like they know when people say Jehovah Witness, they're like, I'm not interested. So they've had to rebrand to jw.org. And they don't even say Jehovah Witness anymore. They just say that. And we also were targets of the witnesses in Brooklyn. But it was really funny when they used to come to the Brooklyn one because in their database of stolen data, they had us listed as a Spanish-speaking household.
Oh yeah, and they kept saying we need a translator.
Yeah, they'd be like, do you speak Spanish? And I was like, no, I speak English. And they're like, oh, okay. So then they're trying to translate into English, and then they would give me Jehovah's Witness business cards that were in Spanish.
And you know what? It's all you can do. Si se puede.
There's something about us as two gay men that really speak to the elderly women who run Jehovah's Witnesses.
But what I will say is she was quick. She was to the point. I was letting her do her spiel.
You said about your hot breath.
Oh, and meanwhile, it was early in the morning, right? So I'm sitting at the computer editing this very program, one of the Monday episodes. And I hadn't brushed my teeth yet. So it is full coffee breath. And while she's talking, I'm making sure that I'm breathing out of my mouth. I
hate that feeling when you know your breath stings like that. And you're
I worked the system to my advantage, though. I was like,
she also couldn't smell probably.
Oh, that's a
and then you said, please don't break your hip on the way down.
No, but they were walking down and we have pumpkins. Like our stairs are lined with pumpkins, very autumnal. And I was like, oh my God, y'all be careful. Not that I don't care about them, but more about the homeowner's insurance. You know, we can't take a ding on that. But I will say the one woman was surprised that I was so shocked.
I also think it's so unfair that if a Jehovah's Witness came to our house, annoyed us, then fell down our stairs and sued us, like you weren't even invited. That can't be. I would actually take that to court. I'd be like, you shouldn't even have been here, bitch.
Did you see how long it took them to get down the stairs?
No, I was actively driving down a highway, so I wasn't that lasered in on it.
It was a lot. Are they they're a cult, right?
No, they're no. I don't know.
Are they bad?
I don't think they're bad. I think they're just
educated enough.
I think their mission in getting people to join is like inherently annoying. But I'm guessing I don't think they're terrible. They're not like Scientologists.
Did you hear what she said about my name?
No. She's Bible?
Like, she goes, what's your name? I said, Jonathan. She goes, John. Oh, there's lots of information in here about a guy named John. Handed me a pamphlet. I'm like, okay, all right. Period.
Sometimes church is good for people who desperately need community. And I think it's good for that. But
so are cults.
Honey, exactly. But honey, we are booked and we are busy and we do not have time for you. But I love that they came in a group of 4 that they could kind of just like share the experience and be like, and then you can be like pulling straws in the car. I'm not getting out on this one.
Who's doing it this time?
Oh, they got a dog?
Very random.
Pull out.
Well, the other woman didn't speak. So I was like, what was she doing there? Was she a fear tactic?
No, I think she was just kind of moral, you know?
She had 2 different color eyes. She had to be 90 years old.
Was one cataract-y?
Yeah, they were cloudy. They've seen some shit. They really have. And we've seen some shit with our own eyes reading your emails. Should we get into today's story?
I think we should.
All right. So I've got a tale of a camper whose innocent caffeine fix turned into a lifelong core memory of shame.
Oh, I have a story about a camper who gave birth to a celebrity and became the reluctant face of dairy in her county.
We gotta shorten these up. And a truly scary story about a camper whose weekend retreat became the reason she'll never rent a cabin again.
Let's get into it.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe. If you have a confession, we would love to hear it. Go to our sexy little website, jw.org, and send us your story.
Oh, that was a treat. Not a trick, but a treat. I didn't see it coming. That was funny.
Okay, so our camper writes in with a confession. Hey, feral babies.
Hi.
Gather around because I've got a tale for you. This one lives rent-free in my brain nearly 2 decades later. The year was 2007. I was 18 and working at a local drive-through coffee shop. Now, it was October, which means Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And that's a big deal because at our little shop, every single drink went out with a bright neon pink straw. That's fun. Loving
I love
that.
that. Yeah.
Now, here's where I was a little different. Most people would only use the straws with an iced or blended drink. But me, nope. I liked a straw in my piping hot Mexican mocha. Why? I have no clue. Maybe I thought I was quirky and mysterious. Maybe I just didn't like scalding my upper lip. Who knows? She's like, maybe I'm just not one of the other girls.
I've never had a coffee with a straw. Actually, I've sucked it through a stir.
Oh, yeah. But to me, the stirrers are like stir-deer. You know, they're like a thicker plastic.
Yeah, is this plastic melting as you're drinking through it?
That's what I'm wondering, because it can't be that thick. Maybe it's like a boba straw. Oh my God, send it down the gullet. That would like cook your esophagus. So, end of shift. I whip up my favorite fall drink, a Mexican mocha, warm and spicy with cinnamon, chocolate, and coffee.
I never had one.
They made one of them in the Spy Kids movies. And I was like, I want to make that. So I literally started making them. And it was simply just like hot chocolate with cinnamon in it, which wasn't correct, but that was my way. Our camper continues. I plop my pink straw in like a little crown jewel and I hit the streets. First stop, Fred Meyer. For those who don't know, it's basically a one-stop shop where you can grab a gallon of milk, a sweater, and a fishing pole all under one roof. It's kind of like just like a Walmart, I think. I've never been.
I've never been, but I want to go.
But I wasn't there for groceries. No. I was on a mission. My first order of business was in the shoe department. Specifically, I was on the hunt for knockoff Uggs. Because let's be real, your girl was broke, but wanted the Uggs that everyone was wearing.
Bear paw.
Is that what it was?
That's a DSW special.
Oh, okay.
Bear paw. They look exactly the same. But then you go to that little label, and it's unfortunate.
And it's unfortunate. This was supposed to be a quick in-and-out mission. I head into the shoe aisle, wandering past the ballet flats, the knee-high boots, the clunky heeled numbers, waiting for the faux Uggs to reveal themselves. Naturally, I get distracted, remember the mission, and lock back in. I grabbed my Mexican mocha off the shelf I'd put it on and continue. Popping the bright pink straw into my mouth, I take a long, confident sip. And then it hits me. I left my beverage in the car, which was out in the parking lot. This is not my Mexican mocha.
No. What was it?
I heard a gasp. I freeze. Straw still in my mouth. Slowly look to my right. And there she is. A woman standing a few feet away, eyes wide with horror as she just witnessed a complete stranger chug her coffee.
Well, there's another hot coffee with a straw in it?
It was, she worked nearby at a coffee place. So
I know, but who's drinking, another person drinking hot? I've never seen anyone do this before. So now there's a second girl drinking hot coffee with a straw. You two found each other for a reason.
No, for real. He floods my entire body. I can feel the shame crawling up my neck. My brain is screaming, "You're a fucking animal. What have you done?"
Yeah, you are feral for that.
I try to recover. I force out this awkward, shaky laugh. Wave the cup to her like it's an inside joke between us. And I say, "Hey girl, oh my God, this is so funny. I thought this was mine." Then, because my panicked brain decided that this was a good idea, I tried to hand the drink back to her. "Here, I'm sorry," I mumbled, extending it towards her like a gremlin caught stealing bread. She recoiled. I'm telling you, like full body flinch. She steps back with her hands raised as if to say, "Don't touch me, you beast." Shaking her head in disgust, she flatly says, "No thanks, you can keep it." Yeah, like, what do you do? Like, who's responsible to throw it out?
I would have taken it back.
That's weird.
I know, but it was obviously a mistake and an accident. Now I think it's weird to force it on her. Like, don't force it on my camper. I would have taken it and then I would have taken it out.
Yeah, I would have thrown it. You're so right.
Because she's like, "No, I don't want it." It's like, well, it was yours and this is an accident. But then it's like, of course, as the person who did it, like, you're like, yeah, of course I'll throw it out now. It's my fault. But
I didn't mean to. But she would have to, at some point, you're going to have to throw out a cup anyway.
I think at some point this conversation has to end.
Okay. So then our camper goes on to say, and just like that, she disappeared into the next aisle, leaving me standing there, holding a half-sucked latte like a weird little trophy. I wanted to melt into the floor. To this day, almost 20 years later, I still think about that moment. And somewhere out there's a woman who tells a story of a stranger who chugged her coffee in the Fred Meyer shoe department. If you need me, I'll be testing out beverages in the mess hall Mondays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I guess our camper was so embarrassed there's no sign off besides that. I want to know, did you finish the drink?
No, she wasn't her Mexican hot chocolate.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages.
Attention campers, it's your counselor Zachariah, and I'm hitting the road with my brand new live comedy show, the 2025 Big Back Behavior Tour. From the mind of your favorite husky jean wearing big bone baddie, it's gonna be a night of stand-up, wigs, characters, wigs, lots of wigs. And don't worry, Jonathan's opening for me. Call that a Camp 2-for-1 special. So come through and kick your little feet, laugh with us, and you better be barking. We're heading to 25 cities across North America, so click the link in the show notes to see if we're coming to your city. And grab your tickets now before they sell out.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. October 10th is World Mental Health Day. Behind every breakthrough moment, every question that helps someone see things differently, there's a therapist showing up for their client. BetterHelp wants to spotlight the people who truly make the world a better place by helping us move forward one session at a time. Therapy can be a place where you finally feel heard, where you can connect the dots, or where you can just let it all out. If something's been keeping you up at night, talking to the right person can really make all the difference. And BetterHelp wants to make it easier to make that step. With over 30,000 licensed therapists and more than 12 years of experience matching people to the right fit, they've already helped over 5 million people worldwide. Their process starts with a short questionnaire to pair you with someone tailored to your goals. And if it's not the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take this step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/camp. That's betterhelp.com/camp. And now, back to the show. Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Welcome back to Gossip Doc. Do you want to spread someone else's truth? You should. Welcome back. I read this already, and I kind of feel like it's more of a confession canoe.
Okay, we can put her in the canoe.
It's kind of a duel.
All right.
So our camper writes in, hey, happy counselors.
Hello.
Mega fan of the pod. I live in the Poconos, and I've always get so happy when y'all mention our slice of heaven.
We love those Poconos.
We do. You two are an extra special dose of Zoloft getting me through motherhood. And motherhood is where our story begins. Anyone who knows me knows I hate any extra attention. I love to celebrate others, but holy hell, the second I'm in the spotlight, I want to crawl out of my skin.
I got it.
We can't relate. You can't relate.
No, I can like sympathize.
You love attention.
Duh.
Yeah, but I understand. Like, it's nothing's worse than unwarranted or unwanted attention.
Or unexpected attention.
Jonathan, you don't ever tell the server it's his birthday.
Don't. Recoil, I will.
Tell them it's my birthday and bring extra candles.
Yeah, you like the ones that are sparklers?
To set the scene, I had just given birth to my third baby on June 1st, 2025. Oh my God, congrats.
Congrats,
so
mama.
Yay, mama. Unbeknownst to me, June is National Dairy Month. In the area, the hospital I gave birth in is largely farmland. My sweet angel baby boy just happened to be the first baby born in June at the hospital. He arrived promptly at 5:30 a.m. on Sunday. While the birth of a child is of course a reason to celebrate, I never would have anticipated that he would make such big waves in the dairy community. 4 hours after intense labor and delivery, running on absolutely no sleep, my sweet husband comes back to our room with a much needed cup of coffee, with oat milk of course, because dairy is not my friend. Foreshadowing.
No.
He then proceeds to tell me of the strange news the nurse just told him. The dairy princesses would be paying us a visit. Literally 2 dairy princesses would be visiting us to gift our baby a dairy basket.
What does that mean?
All because he was the first baby born in National Dairy Month. Who the fuck? What is going on right now? Oh no, the dairy princesses are going.
No, when is National Wine Month? Because that baby's going to get fucked up. They're like, hey, we brought you a case.
Can we please have two campers audition for Dairy Princesses of Camp.
Yeah, we have Princess Squirrel and then Dairy
need,
Princess.
No, but you need two. It's
why are there two?
It's a big job.
Oh, there can be two princesses. There's
more than one princess at all times.
But there's only one Dairy Queen.
Yeah, the queen is when we kind of thin out the fat, trim the fat here.
You're a Blizzard, Harry.
But there's two Dairy Princesses and they're on the way to meet her little bundle of joy.
It's like, can the baby like have a day?
I thought my husband was fucking with me in the most vulnerable postpartum hours.
Yes, it's not the time.
I know, that sounds like a sick joke, but the joke was on her. So the amount of hospital staff who came in and out of our room to congratulate us on our dairy baby was unreal. Congrats on the dairy baby.
On your little curd. Little curd.
Oh my God, a creamy little baby. Mind you, for the next few days, I'm in a literal diaper fighting for my life. Trying to learn to breastfeed for the third time, and overall just a hot mess with no desire to talk to anyone. I was exhausted and beyond anxious. That sucks. There's a lot of hormones raging through you. You don't need some weird curveball coming in right now.
Yeah, let alone two.
Then the doctor comes in and says we are set for discharge around 2 p.m., assuming blood work is all good. Perfect. Cannot wait to be home. Squeeze my two daughters, because they're still at home, shower in my own bathroom, and settle into our new normal as a family of 5.
Oh, that's beautiful.
12 p.m. comes around, and in walks a nurse who informs us that the Dairy Princesses do not get out of school until 3:30. And we were wondering if you wouldn't mind delaying the discharge for them to come.
The audacity.
Because, babe, the Dairy Princesses are in school.
And you booked them for the day. They cleared their whole calendar for that.
Our camper goes, girl, what? I responded with, I'm sorry, but I'm not delaying our discharge time for cheese.
It's so valid.
See, I'm thinking more milk. When I hear
milk.
I think milk. Do you think cheese?
Yeah, I think like milk and ice cream, but I think that's because Dairy Queen and we're talking so much about
But
princesses.
cheese is definitely dairy too. I'm thinking like literal like German girls in like lederhosen with like pigtails and like gingham, and they have like glass jars of milk.
Yoo-hoo, big milk girl here.
That's what I'm thinking.
Milk jugs for you.
Okay, well, they're in high school, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, you said it. You knew they were in school.
Just read.
You edit this one, so you do what you need to do.
Oh my God.
Thinking I am now in the clear of this awkward exchange of dairy, I blissfully prepare to go home. 1:30 p.m. comes and there's a knock at her door. In comes a nurse, an older woman, and 2 preteen girls donned in plaid, cowboy boots, sashes, tiaras, and a giant basket of cheese.
They got taken out of school.
The royals had arrived.
They were like, the cheese baby's leaving the hospital. We have to go. The principal's like, girls, get out. You know what you have to do.
This ordeal absolutely dragged out to be much longer than it needed to be. My baby then became a bit fussy, so I kindly but firmly mentioned that I needed to feed him and I appreciated their gifts. Thank them for stopping by, but it's time to go. Now the baby is screaming, and the woman with the girl says they need to take a photo. Read the room, Dairy Princesses.
They're like, we can't. We don't know how.
I reluctantly agreed, not wanting to come off as an ungrateful bitch, and sat and smiled for a picture with random preteens wearing sashes while holding a basket of cheese mere hours after giving birth.
Like, for what?
Finally, they leave. We finish packing up, and then freedom. Back home, settling in, loving life. You think the story ends there. Wrong. I open my Facebook and have endless notifications, not just friends and family congratulating us, but tons of strangers congratulating us. And there it was. The dreaded photo blasted all over the multiple Facebook pages of the Dairy Court, the hospital pages, and countless community groups.
Sorry, what is the Dairy Court?
Babe, don't start a can of milk you don't want to finish.
I'll be the Gouda jester.
I wanted to die of embarrassment. Trying to get ahead of the constant text, calls, and tags, I shared the post to acknowledge that, yes, I saw this. Thank you. Haha, yep, he's a dairy baby. LOL, yes, he's famous. Cue eye roll. Finally, the heat dies down. Would you believe me if I told you the story still doesn't end there?
They broke into your house.
A week and a half later, the Dairy Princesses brought a gun. I'm kidding.
Like, no.
A week and a half later, with our tiny celebrity son, we take a walk to our community mail area.
Oh my God, he's walking already.
He's fast. He's got that.
Celebrity.
Well, he's got the calcium. On a lovely evening to check our mailbox and get some fresh air. I open our mailbox to find the county newspaper. Solana coded. Guess what is enlarged to fill the frame of the entire front page? Yes, the photo I was forced to take at the hospital was now front page news in every single mailbox in the county. All jokes aside, the items we received were very lovely, and my husband enjoyed the cheese. And we now have a funny story to reflect back on regarding our son's entrance into the world. Long live the 2025 Dairy Prince, who ironically is lactose intolerant.
No. Oh my God, don't tell the Dairy Princesses.
I have attached the post below for your viewing pleasure. Okay, love you, bye. And then it was like a link to one of many Facebook posts. And this camper gave us permission to share the photo so you can see it online on YouTube. First of all, I'm a little jealous because I want this birth story for my own self. Like, I wish my mom was like, you were the Dairy Prince.
The Dairy Prince.
I'm sorry, you were going through a lot, though.
No. That's like...
You were.
And not only that, but you're like settling into your new life. And it's like, I don't need an embarrassing picture that I hate.
I mean, you probably haven't
going
even
around.
showered yet. Like, you're just like trying to get out of the hospital. And these like preteen girls are like, Dairy Princess for the Dairy, your baby's screaming. And now it's like keeps getting posted and shared and printed.
Did you sign off on that?
No, but local
You should get
newspapers
paid.
don't care.
No, I know. They can break so many rules.
They're like, what? It was just press.
Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to take us to court? We know the judge.
The county judge. Oh, it's the county judge. You gonna stop the Dairy Princesses to the county judge?
I don't trust you so with no backwards southern lawyer.
Oh, yes. Also, I don't know if you saw this yet, but Dolly Parton's fine. She made a video. I was going to show you, but you were editing, but we'll watch it after. But she's okay. And guess what? I don't know if you knew this about her. She was the original Dairy Princess.
Stop. I know the Dolly Parton.
Her sister just like wanted some air.
But
And it's
also,
like, girl, you're on the cover of the cookbook. Relax.
I read her message. Campers, if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're listening to this in the future, Dolly Parton's sister said like, hey, pray for my sister. And this is coming off the heels of Dolly Parton essentially canceling all of her shows in Las Vegas for her. She was doing like a residency that was there. I took it as she's grieving. She's going through a lot. Maybe she doesn't feel great, but I didn't think she was like passing because I feel like her and her family, like Dolly will always be like, hey, like pray for this person or like, let's pray, you know, whatever. But I think everybody took that and said, oh my God, our queen is gone.
And she's fine. We'll watch the video after.
It made me like sick to my stomach when I saw it. Like, I can't. Knock on wood. She's going to do great. I really hope this video ages well.
Everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here. Back when my husband Carl was very sick, that was for a long time. And then when he passed, I didn't take care of myself. So I let a lot of things go that I should have been taken care of. So anyway, when I got around to it, the doctor said, we need to take care of this. We need to take care of that. Nothing major, but I did have to cancel some things so I could be closer to home, closer to Vanderbilt. Did you see that AI picture of Reba and me? Oh, Lordy. I mean, they had Reba at my deathbed, and we both look like we need to be buried. But I thought, oh, my Lord. But if I was really dying, I don't think Reba would be the one at my deathbed. But I figured if you heard it from me, you'd know that I was okay.
You tell them, Dolly, that AI mess has got us doing all kind of crazy things. You're out there dying, I'm out here having a baby. Well, both of us know you're too young and I'm too old for any of that kind of nonsense. But you better know I'm praying for you. I love you with all my heart, and I can't wait to see you soon. Love you.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This ad is brought to you by Viiv Healthcare, the makers of Apretude, cabotegravir. You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory. But What are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apretude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds. You must be HIV negative to receive Apretude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apretude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apretude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apretude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apretude.com or call 1-888-240-0340. And now, back to the show.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire Campers. We once again have a scary story. I'm loving reading these, but I will say I was reading this before I went to bed last night, and the cat came out of nowhere. She simply did not make a noise, and I jumped. You guys have been sending me the scariest freaking stories, and I'm pissing everywhere. Okay, so
It's pissing all over the floor and the walls.
I guess I'll just piss on the floor. Okay, let's get into it. Seriously?
Stop.
Seriously.
You're being annoying, guys. Stop. You're literally pissing us off now. Stop.
Sandwich, bump the track. Let me set the scene. It was June of 2022. My husband had a week-long out-of-town work trip in the Sierra Nevadas, and it would be his first time away from me and our sons, who were 2 and 1 at the time. None of us were looking forward to the separation, so we came up with what seemed like a sweet plan. We'd rent a cabin near his work site, and during the day, I would explore the nearby town with the boys while my husband worked. We found a cabin on Airbnb with good reviews and booked it. It looked charming, peaceful, tucked into trees, but not too remote. It was supposed to be perfect. When we pulled up, it looked cute from the outside, but the moment I stepped inside, I got this feeling I couldn't shake. Something felt off. I couldn't explain it, but I've always trusted my intuition, and my gut was on high alert. We brought in our bags, I hung the keys on a little hook next to the front door, and we settled in. While we were in the living room setting up the Wi-Fi and logging into Netflix, our keys suddenly fell off the hook and hit the floor. But they didn't just drop. The keys flew off the hook and landed a few feet away. But the 4 of us were together in the living room. None of us were near the key hook. My husband and I just looked at each other and tried to brush it off. With Netflix all squared away, I led the boys upstairs to check out the rooms. The first room had a bunk bed and a few toys, and from the hallway it looked very neat and well organized. But as soon as we fully stepped into the room, there was that heavy feeling again. A protective kind of alarm went off in me. I didn't want our boys staying in there. I couldn't explain why, but something felt wrong. My husband agreed, so we locked the door to that room and moved on. The second room was simpler. 1 king-size bed, a small closet, and 1 window with blackout curtains. Not quite the Pinterest perfect retreat I imagined, but fine. So we put our bags down in that room. We decided to head out, explore the little town, and shake off the weirdness. Nothing a little pizza and a sweet treat can't fix. We had dinner, walked by a lake, played in the sand, took cute pictures of the boys. It was peaceful. It was normal. It was just what we needed. But when we got back to the cabin, it was hot. Stifling, unmoving, sticky heat. That's when we realized there was no AC at all. We checked the Airbnb listing, and sure enough, it was there in plain sight. No air conditioning.
And it's maybe you missed that, but is that really your fault? It's 2022 at this point. Where is the AC?
Yeah, get a window unit or at least a fan, because our camper goes on to say, somehow we'd missed it. There wasn't even a fan, just silence, heat, and the same heavy negative feeling. only now it was dark outside. We opened some windows and my husband took the first shower. After just a few minutes in there, he came running out of the bathroom and said he had to close the window. There was one small window above the tub, and it opened into nothing, just blackness. No trees, no light, just an unnatural darkness. And he said he felt like someone was outside the window watching him while he was in the bathroom. And that's not something I take lightly. He's logical, and he's always trying to find a rational explanation for everything. But the vibe was starting to shake even him. We double-checked the locks on the doors and the windows on the first floor, and we got the boys ready for bed. The stairs leading up to the bedroom were creaky and had motion-activated lights. Every other step lit up as you walked. We arranged ourselves in bed, my husband on one side, our 1-year-old Milo between us. I was facing the window with Luca curled up in the nook of my arm. Everyone else fell asleep, except me. Between the heat, the lingering feeling of being watched, and the overall uneasiness, I just could not sleep. And then I felt it. A breeze. It gently moved across my left hand, which was laying flat at my side. I froze with fear. With my eyes open, I stared straight ahead towards the window, and I watched in horror as the curtain began to move, but not from the wind. It looked like someone was trailing a finger along the fabric. I held completely still, told myself I was imagining it, that it was the heat, the cabin, the exhaustion, something, until it happened again. Another breath across my hand, another invisible finger across the curtain. That was it. I knew we weren't alone. I didn't know what it was, but I felt like it didn't want us there. This was my moment to prove that I was a strong mama. For some reason, I believed, really believed. Whatever it was didn't understand Spanish, so I quietly and firmly woke my husband in Spanish and told him what was going on. So I told my husband we had to go, right now. I would explain later. Without hesitation, he knew something was wrong. He jumped up, scooped up both the kids, and ran downstairs. I ran behind him. We gathered all of our things by the front door. He was tying his shoe, I was organizing the bags to carry, and then we both looked up and saw it. The motion lights at the top of the stairs, the same lights that light up with every step, turned on. And then the next step, one by one, step by step, creak by creak, down to the very last one. We didn't wait to find out who or what was coming down the stairs. We ran to the car, got in, and drove away without looking back.
Oh my God, what was it?
We messaged the host and explained what had happened. She said she had never heard of such a thing, but she refunded us. Since that night, we've made a promise to each other, never again. No more Airbnbs, no more cabins in the woods. If we can't see a city skyline from the window, we're not staying. Signed, the hot, haunted, and hella over it mama who needs a Marriott.
Who needs a Marriott? I love that.
No, that's scary. Like just the visual of like the lights going like bling.
Well, how
bling,
she's like, I've never heard of this.
bling.
Instant refund. She knew.
No, she knew.
The
She
host
knew. I'm imagining it's probably like an old Brita lady who doesn't believe in air conditioning. That part's kind of crazy too. It's like just
It's
get a
sinister.
fan.
It's sinister. The whole thing was dark-sided in the devil.
Dark-sided. Well, if you have a dark-sided story, send it to us.
Or something funny.
Yeah, or something funny. I don't know. I feel like we don't read a lot of like actually spooky stories. So I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. You know, I got a little blue going on for the what did she say?
Teen Vogue
For
party.
the Teen Vogue party. Okay, so if you have a story, send us an email, campcounselorspod@gmail.com, or go to our website, campcounselorspodcast.com.
Please like and review our show 5 stars wherever you're listening. It helps us on the back end. We will see you Wednesday. We will see you Monday. We'll see you on tour coming up this week in Nashville, Kansas City, and Chicago. Tickets are still on sale. And we'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.